So if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you know that I have a very interesting relationship with note-taking applications. I make a lot of videos about note-taking applications, and I have a hard time finding a note-taking application that I like, or a note-taking solution that I like if it's like an ecosystem of stuff. And part of the reason why is because I'm split. I need two different ways of taking notes. I need one that's more complex, like something like Obsidian would give, and I need something astonishingly, stupidly simple, like Google Keep, where I can just say, hey, I have an idea. I need to take it out of my brain before I lose it almost immediately, because I have a crap memory, and I need to put it on my phone, and I need to just write it down. It needs to be as super simple and quick as possible. Otherwise, that thought is gone. I don't have time to scroll through a list of categories to put a note in a certain place. Now, the reason why I mentioned that last bit is because my solution for the last few months has been Nextcloud. Now, I adore Nextcloud. I think it's one of the best pieces of open source software that exists. I still use it every single day. But the note-taking situation on it is not great for that super simple, stupid type of note-taking that I require when I'm on the go. Part of the reason why is because the application on my iPhone, and I don't know how the situation is on Android, but the application on iOS is fucking terrible. It is so astonishingly bad. And that really disappoints me because I want Nextcloud to be my solution. I want it to be the thing that I use forever and ever because it's just really, really good on the desktop. I can use whatever application that I want because it's just saving to a directory. On iOS, there really aren't directories. Yes, there's the whole file manager thing, but not all applications have access to that type of thing. And that means that the app that I use on the iPhone is very constrained to either the Nextcloud app or like something like Joplin, which has its own problems. So I have needed to find something else. And it's been a chore because, like I said, I have this split way of taking notes. I need something complex, which Obsidian feels great. And I need something very simple. So today we're going to be taking a look at an application that I found that I think, and now remember that I change my mind a lot, but I think is going to actually solve all of my problems. So let's take a look at Memos. So this is Memos, and the user interface is both complex and stupidly simple. So it's complex in that it has a lot of stuff here along the side that you'll probably never really need unless you're going through a whole bunch of notes. The resources here is for all of the media or attachments that are on your notes. The Explore tab, I have no clue what it's for. Now, I thought that it was for searching for tags, but I have a note with the tags on it, and it doesn't show up here. I'm not sure what that's actually for. Again, it's really weird. The profile allows you to see all of your notes that your profile has created. Now, one of the reasons why all this stuff is really here is because there's the ability with Memos to make your notes public. So you could create a public instance of this, send someone the URL to something, and then they could see that note. So if you have like a grocery list or something that you need to share with someone, or you're collaborating on a project or whatever, you could do this and share them with public. So you just set your note as public or a workspace, which means that other people can collaborate if they have an account, and you can then collaborate on a note or make it public and share it with it how many ever people you want. But I don't really care about any of that. All I want is a simple note-taking solution. And when I also said this is simple, it's that it's just simple. This is a note. And then I hit save, and I've taken a note. That's all there is. I don't have to add a tag. Everything is in chronological order. So I can just, the first one's always going to be at the bottom. The most recent one's always at the top. If I need to search, I can search Memos. I can give it a tag by just giving a hashtag. So if I go edit this one, I can just give a tag by doing this, tags, like so, and it'll actually suggest ones that I've used before. I'm not showing you guys my instance of this, so you're not seeing any of my tags, but you can do things like that. You can add an attachment. I can add a picture here if I want something like this, and then I'll add a picture, and then I can just hit save, and it will just add that picture. It will add the tag. So if I click on this, it'll actually show me all the things that have that tag attached to it, which is great. There's no categories or anything like that. Tags are really only if you're going to want to kind of group things together. It will also show you how many memos you've done in a day and how many to-dos and things like you have. So if you want to create a to-do, it's just like this, a checkbox, and then milk, bread, and then save, right? So I can just hit this, and it will show me now that I now have a number of to-dos that I need to do, right? It'll show me everything there. Now, it won't. What's a little bit disappointing is I can't click on this and just show the to-dos that I have. It just shows none. But I think if I were to use the tag to-do, that might work. Actually, it works fine. It's right there. I had another filter on there, so that's fine. So you can filter however you want. It's easy to attach things to a note. It's easy to create notes, which is the big one. And to top it all off, probably the best thing ever is this has Markdown support. So that should be a headline. You hit save. It has Markdown support, and it's full Markdown support. So you can do HTML blocks, you can do code blocks, you can do lists, checklists, links, images, you name it. If it can be done in Markdown, it can be done here. It doesn't do automatically while you're editing the note, which is, whatever. That's not a big deal. It works fantastic. Now, here's the question I had to ask myself when I saw how good this was. How do I get this on my phone? Because the vast majority of time when I need to take a note, I need to do it on my phone or on my iPad or on my laptop. How can I make this as cross-platform as possible? Well, this is a web application. So I just got into Safari on my iPhone. I went to the URL that I created for this, and then I saved it to my home screen. I now have a web app of this, and it works just like an app does. It's so good. And that means whenever I need to take a note, I just pop into the app, leave my note, go away, go continue to do what I was doing. That's the way I want notes to work. That's the way these notes do work. It is so good. I mean, it's just astonishingly good. And it's all self-hosted. I don't have to sign up for an account with anyone else. This is all created with a Docker Compose file that looks like this. It's not an overly complex Docker Compose file. So basically what you do is just create yourself a volume somewhere on your computer. And then you leave everything else the same. Okay? And then once you have that done, so you're saving this in a Docker-Compose YAML file. And from within that same directory, make sure you create the volume that you wrote down in the YAML file, and then you just do Docker compose up-d. It will start it, and then you go to your IP address, your local IP address, colon the port that we saw in that Docker compose file. So if I go back up here, the port is 5230. You say your IP address is 192.168.86-.3. and then you do colon 5230, it would take you to Memos, and it will ask you to sign up for an account. It's basically just asking you for a login, and that's all there is to it. You've self-hosted it. You have all the data. It's great. Now, I'll be doing another video on how to use Docker, which is more in-depth than what I just showed you, because you're probably pretty confused. But there are a ton of tutorials out there on how to use Docker. It's very, very easy to do, and you shouldn't get too lost. But the basic idea there is you just create that file, do Docker compose -up, go to the IP address that you have on your computer, colon the port, and you're ready to go. That's how you install it. The app itself is game changing for me, guys. I can't get over how ready-made this was for me, because for years I used Google Keep as my note-taking app of choice. Not because I loved Google Keep, but because it was stupidly simple. It was just something I could go in, take a note, and it was there. It was chronological order. I didn't have to worry about categorizing or scrolling through anything or whatever. It didn't matter. I just used it as a dump for all of my ideas, and then I could scroll through them whenever I wanted to. And that's what this offers me. Now, is it forever? I don't know. I love it right now. I think it's fantastic right now. I don't see anything else coming along that is going to be better for me, because it has all the features that I need. So we'll see. I have been known to change my mind a few times, so you guys know that has happened. But for now, Memos is fantastic. So if you have thoughts on this, you can leave those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. You can follow me on Mastodon. That link will be in the video description. You can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/thelinuxcast. Thanks to all the people who do support me on Patreon and YouTube. You guys are all absolutely amazing. Without you, the channel just would not be anywhere near where it is right now. So thank you so very, very much for your support. Again, I truly do appreciate it. If you too would like to support me, patreon.com/thelinuxcast is where you can do that. Or you can head on over to the shop, which is available at shop.thelinuxcast.org. There you'll find all sorts of awesome merch, and all the proceeds for that go to help me make more Linux content for you guys. So go check that out if you would please. I would appreciate it. Thanks everybody for watching. Also leave a thumbs up on this video. I'm trying it at the end. We'll see if that works. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.